post-lockdown and out and about, and we are back to another episode of 1111 Talk Show, and this time we are going to GOKAB studio to meet 𝗪𝗂𝗧, the queen of dancing. I don't know if I'm allowed to confer titles, but that's what I'm doing. So we're going to go and meet 𝗪𝗂𝗧 and ask her the 11 questions and hopefully get us dancing, and you get to see how terrible a dancer I am. So yeah, let's just get going. As good as you, I think I'll be perfectly happy. Yeah? How are you?
Good, good.
Yeah? I hope you don't mind us barging in, you know, it's just called to just barge it in.
No worries, no worries.
Are you practicing for something?
Not really, just chilling around.
Oh, okay, wow, I wish my chilling around is dancing, yeah? That's fun. So yeah, are you ready for the 11 questions?
I think I am.
Yeah? Yeah? Excited?
Quite nervous actually.
Don't be like nothing personal. I think you are also a very guarded person, irrespective of how much expressive you come across online, you know, in the form of dances.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what song were you dancing to?
It's called Starry Night by 𝗂𝗂𝗧, and you know, she's a magician. She's a very basically she tells story through her music, and then she speaks to me.
And she speaks to you. That's
so
deep.
Yeah.
So what's dancing to 𝗪𝗂𝗧?
Oh, dancing is something that is, it's like a lifestyle for me now.
Yeah,
I would say it's like a lifestyle for me, and of course my love at first sight took me a while to actually realize that dance was my love, but I slowly realized that it was my love at first sight, because it has helped me come out of my comfort zone, and it has really helped me express myself.
True that.
Yeah.
Love at first sight and forever, huh? Because you're still with it. So.
Yeah. Even until I die, even if I become a ghost, I'll be like a ghost dancing and haunting you.
Okay. So tell me about this. Like, you were doing some steps before, right?
Yes.
Are those steps like part of a particular style of dance?
Yes, of course. The dance form that I did right now is called waacking. So waacking is like a very sassy, very jazzy, street, a very club kind of dance, underground street dance. And then it used to be a form of expression for, especially for the LGBTQ community back then. You know how things work, right?
Okay, true.
And they used to go to the underground club to express themselves, and they used to feel really belonged, right? And likewise, yeah, I feel belonged when I dance to this style. I feel that I can express myself to my fullest.
I think I couldn't agree more on that, you know, because when I dance, like, even though like I'm not a great dancer or I'm a professional dancer, but I love dancing as well. So when I dance, I feel the most free on the dance floor. Like those few moments or hours of dancing, it's like you're so free, right? And so I think I couldn't agree with you more. And I know that you trained in the dance art from India through GOKAB, right? So are this style of dancing also something that you're certified and trained in from there, or?
But actually, no. I went to Delhi to train for jazz and ballet, for basic jazz and ballet. And as I went through my training, I realized that these are not my form. Well, I do appreciate the things that I learned down there. I learned a lot, because ballet and jazz, these are the oldest form of dance form, right? And it kind of has a very strong technique, a lot of knowledge attached to it. I took that, but I realized that it's not a form for me. And waacking is a dance form that is very street. Street means not as classic as ballet. Ballet has like a Broadway kind of like a performance stage, right? They have like an annual recital, even jazz. But unlike waacking, it's something very raw, you know. It lets you express yourself without sticking too much of techniques. You know? It is very raw, it's very underground. So yeah.
It gives me this idea of like this traditional and contemporary art now, like how waacking is like so contemporary, even though it has its origin, like you said, you know, in the streets, and then might have started back then, but then you know how free it is, and then ballet is like having to stick to certain rules or something like that. If I'm hearing it correctly.
Yeah, I'm not really good in ballet, of course. It takes a lifelong journey to actually master ballet. But I do know that, I mean, they go through that certain period where they learn a lot of techniques, and then once they come out of it, they kind of express it. And then technique and feelings together is like a best combination. So yeah, for ballet people, I do have a lot of respect for them.
Like from what I just heard from you, it's like you do waacking, you started with waacking, then you trained in ballet and jazz, like these are different styles of dances. Like for me, dancing is just dancing. Like, would you mind showing us like few different steps for this different style?
I'm only good in waacking, so we do the pose.
I think, lift your feet.
Releve.
How
It's called releve. Please don't judge me, relevers out there. So yeah, you go up. So it depends on your core, no? Your core needs to be very strong.
Ah, okay, I think I would love. I see a ballet bar here, and I now know that you are also a dance instructor with GOKAB, right? So do you teach all these forms or styles, as you say, of dances in the classes with GOKAB?
The form that we have here is called, the standard form is hip-hop, and we do open style.
Okay.
I did try waacking, but since like, we didn't have any regulars, there were only a few dancers who were interested for such forms.
You teach open style and right?
Yeah.
So okay, and then what about others?
We did try a workshop in GOKAB, I think once or twice, and there were few people turning up for the workshop. I do see a few dancers who are interested, but yeah, we did try waacking, we tried house dance, we tried breaking. But since like Bhutanese people love hip hop, they're more into open style. So yeah.
So right now GOKAB has hip hop and open style dance classes. And if someone is a beginner like me, where do I start? Because I have to start with learning how to move my feet.
This is like GOKAB is like a best place for you. We have a class for beginners. It's called Beginner 1.
Okay.
So it's open to all, starting from age 4 plus.
Okay.
So in our beginner class, we teach our kids or our students to basically open up first. Try to have fun, you know, not to like worry too much about the steps that they're gonna have later. Like, we try to let them feel open and very, very free in the classroom. So yeah, beginner 1 is more about having fun. And once you upgrade from beginner to beginner 2, that's when the technique starts.
Okay.
Right? And we teach you some very basic steps, and we try to make that foundation very strong. And that's how you ultimately step up and level up. And we have a class that's called Kids Advanced.
Oh, okay. So, meaning, be it a child who is 4 years and above or an adult, anyone can sign up for these classes.
Yes,
I
definitely.
understood it correctly, right? Okay, I might want to try dancing now.
we have a
Professionally
special
trained.
discount for you.
Okay, I know you as one of the few people who didn't go to university or college for that matter, right? And you just followed your passion right after class 12. And for a Bhutanese society then, you know, because I know your brother who took a traditional path like us. What was your parents' first reaction when you know, told them your decision not to continue after 12? Because it wasn't out of choice, you just decided not to go, right? What was the reaction like?
Obviously, my mother was freaking out. She was like, will you be able to, like, I don't look after yourself? Then she was like, no, I can't let you go. You can't take this. 𝗙𝗟𝗦𝗘𝗏 dance Bhutan famous. That's what she told me. But I do get her concern because I feel that every parent, you know, they want the best for their child, right? And at first I was like a bit rebellious when she told me like, you can't do it. I went to my practice, I didn't even listen. But that didn't feel right, you know. I had a responsibility. The responsibility was to convince her and give her assurance that I can do it, you know. Okay, this is something very risky, but I feel I can do it because I love this. You know, I told her, Mom, Mama, Mommy, this is the only thing that I love, and I feel that this is the only thing that will make me happy for the rest of my life. And if I don't take this, I think I'm going to regret it.
Even at that age, you had the wisdom to actually realize that it's not about rebelling against your parents' wishes, you know, or what they want the best for you, but it's about convincing them. Because a lot of the times I think this generation gaps between us and our parents kind of creates that gap and estranged relationship, right? And you didn't do that, and I think I'm proud of you, like that you had that awareness even at that age.
You know, it was really hard, really, because you know how our parents are, right? They would be very, they stick into one thing, like, okay, I want my kids to, you know how Asian parents are, right? I want my kids to be architect or doctors, so they're very fixed into that. So if something comes in between that, they become really disappointed, and you know, most of the people, I mean, their kids, they don't take this path like me, and then they start comparing. So it was So yeah.
But do you regret it now though, like not going to college and not doing what you're doing right now?
Not at all. But if I do get a chance, I would love to go to college. Why not? I would learn more. I could apply that to my dancing. You know, it's like win-win.
So, yeah. Always a positive look on life. Yeah, that's interesting. For those, you know, like who would like to take up dancing as a career, because now for you it's like you said, a lifestyle, and a career is right? So for those people like that, do you think that they should also get trained like you? Would you recommend that, or is being self-taught enough to be a professional dancer and instructor?
If you're a prodigy, you know, there are some few people, right, gifted people, they can learn fast and then they can be a professional. But I would really recommend to go for a training, right? Because a lot of times you learn things not just by yourself. You need to learn from others as well. You know, there are a lot of talented people out there, and they have a lot to offer. You know, a lot to offer, and then you do need a lot of motivation and inspiration from somebody. And I would really recommend for them to go for a training, because it was a very life-changing part of my life, and it has brought a lot of growth in me, and if it weren't for them, I won't be here right now. So yeah, we do need a guru. Yeah, definitely.
It's such a fresh perspective how you put it. Like, don't go for training because it is a training and a class, but go for the experience because you would learn from people around you, right? That's such a fresh perspective. Yeah. What's one thing that you would learn from a training that a self-taught dancer would not learn?
There are a lot. I have a lot to share, but there is this one thing. I think people, they are different. We are different from each other, right? You are good at something, I'm good at something, he's good at something, and you guys are good at something, right? And there are something that I don't have sometimes that I see in you, and I get really inspired, and I'm like, wow, that part of her was so inspiring, and I want to learn that, because why not? Because I think that is the beauty of diversity. You get to learn a lot of different things from different people. And I think that is the thing that you get from learning, I think getting a training for somebody.
Perfect.
If you train yourself, yeah, that's good. Working with yourself is a very, very interesting journey. But it's good to have some training from some great tutors, great people.
Because there's not just one thing. I think you discover more about yourself by being in someone else's company and also like from other people. It brings out the best in you, but sometimes it can also bring out the worst in you, though.
Yeah, and that point, yeah, you can learn a lot as well.
Okay. I know like the Valentine's Day hype has died down now, but it's still February. And I know you're dating. So what's one thing you love most about your partner?
I think my well, I'm not really not open about my personal life, but yeah, my partner, I think I found someone who is themselves and respect me for who I am. I can be myself with them, right? And we have that kind of connection where we get each other, and we don't have to explain it most of the time. And yeah, it's like I got another best friend.
Okay, so the best part about your partner is the friendship that you share and the connection that built from a strong friendship foundation.
Okay.
Beautiful. Pyar dosti hai. I don't know how it sounds, but anyway. Anyway, what's the best thing to do at home when it rains? The weather is cloudy.
Yeah, I'm more of a cozy person, so I would definitely be in the blanket, drink 𝗬𝗔𝗢𝗀, and watch something on television or watch a movie.
Well, looks like you're in luck because I think it's gonna rain for the next 2 days during the holidays.
So I'm getting ready for that.
Yeah.
𝗬𝗔 on!
Okay, last question now. One advice to people. Maybe not even advice, one thing you would like to share with people who enjoy dancing and who are thinking of going into the same direction as you.
I don't know if I'm the right person to say this, but through my experience, I would say you need to believe in yourself. Yeah. You need to believe in yourself. You're the only person that you've got, and the life is short. It's running out fast. So hopefully you're living in the moment. You're I don't know, following your heart. So I would say, try to believe in yourself. Every journey starts from you. I feel.
Believe in people, but most importantly, believe in yourself. Especially when you are taking a road less taken, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's it with Pushpa. And maybe we can learn how to dance after this. And you seem to be in luck for your suja and blankets because according to the weather forecast, it's going to snow in the higher altitudes and we are going to experience rain. So yeah, it was so nice, Pushpa, knowing you in detail because I think we have known each other for a few years now, but it has always been like, hi Ajim, you being like, hi Ajim, and me being like, hi Pushpa.
I think I called you weekend in Bhutan, hi.
It's always been like this, you know, but we never really got to sit down and really get to know each other. No, but
Thanks for having me.
Wonderful.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for appearing and agreeing to appear on it because like you always say, you know, there's so much that we can share to others and wishing you abundance of joy and abundance of success so you get to stay in your blankets drinking suja all the time.
Suja with ballet.
Yeah.